Official name, United States of America. Population, 324,057. 300 Form of government, Constitution-based federal republic. Capital, Washington, D.C. Area, 9,826, 630 square kilometers. Major mountain ranges, Rocky Mountains, Appalachian Mountains. Major rivers, Mississippi, Missouri, Colorado. Languages, English, Spanish. Money, U.S. dollar. The United States of America, often referred to as the USA, or simply the U.S., is the world's third largest country in size, after Russia and Canada, and the third largest in terms of population, after China and India. Located in North America, the country is bordered on the west by the Pacific Ocean, and on the east by the Atlantic Ocean. Along the northern border is Canada, and along the southern border is Mexico. There are 50 states and the District of Columbia. More than twice the size of the European Union, the United States has high mountains in the west and a vast, central plain. Landscape, wildlife and nature of the USA. The landscape varies across this large country, from the tropical beaches of Florida to the snowy peaks of the Rocky Mountains, from the rolling prairie lands and barren deserts in the west to the huge areas of dense wilderness in the north. The wildlife is as diverse as the landscape. Mammals such as American buffalo once roamed freely across the plains. The largest carnivores are black bears, grizzlies and even polar bears, which live in the northernmost state of Alaska. The United States works to look after its wildlife, with nearly 400 areas protected and maintained by the National Park Service. History of the USA. For centuries, native peoples lived across the vast expanse that would become the United States of America. Some of these indigenous tribes spent their time moving freely around a huge continent, while others settled in particular areas and formed large permanent communities. In the early 17th century, settlers moved from Europe to the New World, established colonies and displaced the native peoples. Later, in the 18th century, the settlers fought for their independence from Britain and formed a union of states based on a new constitution. The nation continued to expand westward and, although the country is a relatively young nation, it has become a global power since declaring independence from Britain on July 4, 1776. Regions of the USA. Throughout its history, the United States has been a nation of immigrants. The population is diverse with people from all over the world seeking refuge and a better way of life. The country is divided into 6 regions: New England, the Mid-Atlantic, the South, the Midwest, the Southwest and the West. The South includes Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and West Virginia. These states all struggled in the years following the American Civil War, which lasted from 1860 to 1865. The Midwest is home to the country's agricultural base and is called the nation's breadbasket. The region comprises the states of Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Ohio, South Dakota, Wisconsin. The Southwest is a beautiful stark landscape of prairie and desert. The states of Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma and Texas are considered the Southwest, home to some of the world's great natural marvels, including the Grand Canyon and Carlsbad Caverns. The West is diverse, ranging from endless wilderness to barren desert, coral reefs to Arctic tundra, Hollywood to Yellowstone National Park. The states of the West include Alaska, Colorado, California, Hawaii, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, Oregon, Utah, Washington, and Wyoming. U.S. government and economy. Citizens over the age of 18 years old vote to elect the President and Vice President of the United States every 4 years. The part of the government that makes the country's laws, controls the money and decides if the USA should go to war is called the Congress. There are two houses of Congress, the Senate and the House of Representatives. The Senate has 100 members, 2 from each of the 50 states, and each serves a 6-year term. The House of Representatives is made up of 435 representatives, who must be elected every 2 years. The Supreme Court is the branch of the government that interprets the laws of the USA. It is the highest court in the country and made up of 9 justices, who are each picked by the President and must be approved by Congress. Advances in the past 100 years have established America as a world leader economically, militarily and technically.